We're gonna start with a little bit of ground beef or ground turkey, depending on how you like it. But for this case right here, we're gonna be using ground turkey. Trying to make some lean burgers with some real good taste, you feel me? All right. Now, here's a list of the things you're gonna need to make this taste right. Now, we're gonna throw in about, I'd say, a quarter of some ground salt, some Himalayan salt, whatever salt you like. About a quarter tablespoon. Or, you know, if you like your stuff savory, go ahead and throw you in a half a tablespoon. If you like your stuff salty, throw you in a whole tablespoon. It's your blood pressure, it ain't up to me. Now, next, for your dry ingredients, I'm gonna do about a quarter of a tablespoon of dried, I guess all pepper's dried, but you know what I mean, some black pepper. I do a quarter tablespoon for this recipe. For me, I love the taste of black pepper in my food. I'll end up adding it later. I would even go full tablespoon if it was just me. But for the sake of this recipe, you could do a half a tablespoon. Now that we got all our dry ingredients in here, we're just gonna give this a nice good spin. Be careful, it's a lot of dry ingredients, I know. You can always use a bigger bowl and not be like me. But it's all good. We're just gonna take it slow. Just don't let me down and just mix this all up. We gonna mix it till it's well blended and add the wet stuff. So yeah, these dry ingredients are gonna give it a nice earthy flavor. Just got some nice spices in here. The curry is gonna help give it a little bit of earthy flavor. We don't want to work with it too much. We don't want to work with the meat too much. We just want to try and get it nice and blended. Just be easy with the meat. Just be easy with the meat. I'm trying to get rid of these chunks of onion powder. You know, I wouldn't mind biting into a chunk of onion powder, but you know, others might not. But you probably ain't like me and got chunky garlic or onion powder, right? But it's all good. Now that this is nice and kind of somewhat blended, we're gonna add a couple of wet ingredients. Let me grab those out really quick. So, first for our wet ingredients, we're going to add just a little bit of teriyaki marinade. Maybe a tablespoon. Tablespoon of teriyaki. And then we're going to add just a quarter of a tablespoon of some key lime juice. Give it a little acidity. Right? And then either a half or a quarter tablespoon of some Worcestershire sauce. I don't know how you say it for sure. I call it Worcestershire. Some people call it Worcestershire. Some people can't say it at all. But it's in there. Right? Let's put this down. Give this a nice little twirl. Give it a nice little mix. You know, another way to make these burgers juicy and to retain the juiciness would be to emulsify some mushrooms. If you emulsify some mushrooms, put them in a nice food processor and give them a nice blend, and then work those into this meat. These burgers, man, these burgers will be moist. They're already going to be moist. Don't even have to worry about that. But this is kind of the end result here. So now all we need to do is turn these into patties. Right? I'll be right back. All right, now we want to make sure that we preheat all the things that we're going to use. We're going to be using 2 appliances today. We're going to be using the oven, and then we're going to be using the air fryer. I'm going to show you how to make these burgers 2 different ways. All right, so let's go ahead and preheat our pan. And also, we're going to cut on the air fryer at the same time because I like to do things all at the same time when I'm cooking. Be right back. So now we're going to preheat our air fryer. Let's go ahead and cut this on. We're gonna set it for, boy, my shadow just scared me. We're gonna set it for 360 and let this preheat for probably about 5 minutes. It's pretty quick. We've already got the skillet going. Once this gets up to heat, the skillet's also going to be on medium-high heat. We're going to cook these burgers for 4 to 5 minutes on each side on the skillet. And in the air fryer, we're going to cook them for 18 minutes, somewhere around then, and flip them halfway. The air fryer seems to provide like more of a crispy outside, juicy inside, whereas the skillet just keeps them juicy all the way. You know what I mean? So you're getting 2 different textures right there. I'm gonna be back once these 2 things heat up, but for in the meantime, we're gonna form these patties. Be right back. Got my gloves? This one is patties. So I'm making 4 turkey burgers. So I'm trying to get a judge on these sizes. These burgers are 7. It's alright. They make really juicy burgers. I'm not the best person for weights, but I don't know, tradition comes to it. Don't worry about the moisture. The heat of all of it. And if you want to add juice burger, you don't have to do the later, right? Now the skillet's up to heat. We're going to add like anywhere from a half to a whole tablespoon of any low smoke point oil you might have, olive oil. Anything like that. All right. Just know that it's hard doing this with one hand. Right. Yeah, texture. Right. Right. Now we have the turkey burgers in the air fryer. I skipped showing you how to put them in there because they are a hassle to get in there because they're a little bit moist. And we're just going to put those in the air fryer. 360. We'll start out at 18 minutes. check them at 9 minutes, flip them, and then see how they're doing. If they're doing all right, cook them for another 9 minutes on that side. You want to get these things to an internal temperature of 165. 165. That's here and also on the grill. Catch you back in a little bit. Try not to get too antsy. Cook them from anywhere to 4 to 5 minutes. Don't go getting too hands-on, want to flip them too early. Don't do that. Let them sit, let them cook 4 to 5 minutes. Then give them a check and give them a nice flip. All right, so the timer's going off right now for the burgers. Let's see what they're looking like. Cool. So I don't mind a nice crispy burger, but if you do not want any kind of char, turn your heat down just a little bit. Go a little less than medium-high heat. But to me, this is perfection. This is perfection right here. And that was 5 minutes on this side. We're gonna cook them for another 5 minutes on this side. We'll see you back here in another 5 minutes. Now I've got about a minute left on these burgers. So what I'm gonna do, if you want to, is go ahead and place a little cheese so it can get some melt in. Just like that. Yeah, there's the timer right there. But we're gonna wait. So now we have our cheese on there. What we're gonna do is turn the heat down. As a matter of fact, we'll turn it off. And then we'll just grab the cap for this thing. Sorry for all the noise. Put the top on it. Let that cheese melt. So now we're about at the halfway mark for our burgers in the air fryer. We're gonna take these bad boys out. They're looking real scrumptious, real crispy on the outside. Give them a nice flip. Give them a nice flip. Pop those back in there for probably about another 8 to 9 minutes. We'll give them another check here and probably about halfway between this mark here. But overall, we just want to make sure that it's 165 in the center. So keep your eye on it. Keep your meat thermometer close by. And I'd say probably about at the 3 minute mark, we'll put some cheese on these in here. All right. So we'll see you back here when I get that done. Now, one thing I like to do, I like my buns a little toasted. So you see how these have come together. We're gonna remove these from the heat. All right. Now that we remove these from the heat, I want to, son of a gun. We got a bun down. Put my buns in here. Let those toast up for the duration, probably about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how you like your buns. Now, 5 minutes left on the clock. Let's see how these burgers are looking. Nice and crispy. Now we're going to take the cheese and do the same thing we did for the ones in the skillet. Now for like the last 4 minutes, maybe 3 to 4 minutes, I like to throw my buns in there. And you can butter those things up and throw them in there if you want to. I'm just gonna toss them in there just like that. And let them cook. Let them get a nice toast on them. We're gonna see how those turn out here in about 5 minutes. We'll be back. Now after taking a bite out of each one of these, this one on the left being the one I got from the grill, this one on the right being the one from the air fryer, I'm gonna have to go with the air fryer. The air fryer, I don't know, it just retained a certain amount of moisture and flavor. Woo, it is smacking. Oh man. Well, super simple. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and click that like button. Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. These are 2 different ways to make turkey burgers. Both of them delicious. Both of them quick and easy, simple ingredients. You can dress them up any way you want to, but this is just the way I like to do it. 2 different ways. Air fryer to me, the way to go. But hey, it's all up to you. I hope you enjoyed. You already know who. It's cool. See you later.